U.S. President Barack Obama has laid out his vision for his next 4 years in the White House. He delivered his second inaugural address in front of hundreds of thousands of people. He outlined a progressive agenda and called for national unity.
Over the White House, over the National Mall, the dawn of the next chapter of Barack Obama's presidency. 4 years on from his first inauguration, he is a very different man, experienced in the job and trusted by the American people to do it again. The last time he made this journey, it was as a history maker. This time, the crowds who came to see him sworn in were perhaps half the size, but no less enthusiastic. 24 hours after he officially took the oath of office, he emerged on the west front of the Capitol to make that vow in front of the American people.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
His hand on the Bibles of Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King, and a slight stumble in his words.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
His address hinted at battles ahead on the economy, gun control, climate change and immigration, but it was a call for unity.
When the nation swore in its first black president to a second term on the holiday celebrating one of its foremost civil rights leaders.
While these truths may be self-evident, they've never been self-executing.
It was as much an inauguration as a cross-cultural celebration. A place where a Puerto Rican woman raised in a housing project swears in a Catholic vice president from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Where a gay Cuban immigrant reads his poem about a rising sun shining equally on all of us.
My face, your face, millions of faces in morning's mirrors.
President Obama tied it all together in his speech, linking his vision to the evolving history of civil rights in the U.S.
We, the people, declare today that the most evident of truths, that all of us are created equal, is the star that guides us still. Just as it guided our forebears through Seneca Falls and Selma and Stonewall, just as it guided all those men and women, sung and unsung, who left footprints along this great mall to hear a preacher say that we cannot walk alone.
He swore on the Bibles of Abraham Lincoln and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., connecting both to his modern agenda.
Our journey is not complete until our gay brothers and sisters are treated like anyone else under the law.
His was a call for radical changes, even as a divided Congress rules over an undecided nation.
As he walks off the massive stage, the president takes one long, last look, noting he won't ever see this again. Won't ever be the focus of an entire 9,000-person parade. He could barely stop himself from dancing until he actually got the chance to. One last night to celebrate his historic presidency before he begins what is expected to be a fierce fight with Congress if he hopes to make any additions to his legacy.
On Pennsylvania Avenue, the marching bands and the dances and the salutes stretched on into the chilly evening. He stayed until the very end of the parade. The First Lady seemed to enjoy it, this boisterous, ear-shattering ritual of American politics and patriotism. But as always, the really hot Inauguration Day ticket was across town at the inaugural ball. And halfway through the evening, they took the floor. He in white tie, she in a halter-top gown of deep red by Jason Wu. And once again, they made it all look so easy. And as Barack Obama's supporters celebrate tonight, they know that their president's legacy is only half written. And the political battles to come over taxation, over immigration, gun control, and perhaps climate change, those battles will be long and they will be bitter.
ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States and Mrs. Michelle Obama.
It's a long-standing tradition. Just hours after being sworn in, the President and First Lady share a dance at the inaugural ball. Vice President Joe Biden and his wife followed, accompanied by actor and musician Jamie Foxx. The evening was a whirlwind of artist appearances, from Alicia Keys to Stevie Wonder. Service members and lucky ticket holders danced the night away. Monday started with a parade. President Obama and the First Lady walked part of the way from Capitol Hill to the White House, greeting cheering crowds along the way.
It was awesome. I mean, awesome. It's speechless. I can't say nothing.
There's like a feeling in the air. Like you can just feel it's like really electric around here, and it's just totally cool to be here.
The National Mall was transformed into a sea of people. Close to 1 million gathered to hear President Obama's swearing in.